Hey folks, a number of incredible things are happening in the markets right now with Bitcoin and stocks. It doesn't even make sense anymore. How long can this craziness keep happening? I'll show you guys, plus an update on where altcoin season could be happening. Now, for example, Bitcoin, no pullback yet. It basically just gets into this bull flag, boom, straight up. Looks like another bull flag or running flat, depends on if you're using, Elliott wave or not, and boom, straight up. So what did I say before? I said that there were a lot of shorts up around here. So my target was saying 96.8K, even up to 97K before we head down and then flush everything out again and get us a scare by dipping below this key support line of 92K. So maybe get us to around 88.5K. And where did we hit? Right now, as we speak right now, this is a Friday afternoon in the US. We're looking at 96.5K, or almost 98K. But how long can this keep going? And another conundrum, I'm going to answer that question, right? I'm going to answer that question today. Another conundrum is this. What about this bounce? Now, I've been very bullish on the stock market. As I've been telling you guys, I think, Bitcoin to a large extent is following the crash in stocks due to the tariffs and the bounce up, right? I mean, they both made their bottom. They both made their high around January, February, right? Both crashed and bottomed exactly on April the 7th. You can't exactly point at that and say, oh, Bitcoin's behaving like digital gold. Bitcoin's gold. Well, what on April 7th, gold made its all-time high. All-time high. It was a screaming high. In fact, I call the top. It's right there on Twitter as well. So I just want to point this out to you guys. Have a look at this. Where is April the 2nd when Trump announced these tariffs? It was here. And right now, 564 on the SPY, and right now the SPY is at 566. So right now, we still have all those tariffs. Nothing has been solved yet. And yet the stock market is higher than Trump before Trump announced the tariffs. Before Trump announced the tariffs, it's higher now. Okay, how does that make sense? What does that mean for the stock market? Are we still in a blow-off top? Right? Before I answer all of those questions, first, that's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo use? Well, Pablo uses this exchange that is non-KYC. That means there is no ID needed. Even the exchange can't see who you are. So of course, Americans can use it. That means the RIS can't see you. That means the tax office can't see you. The CIA, FBI, nobody can see you, right? Pablo likes this exchange enough. I made a deal with them for my followers only on this Pablo link. Get up to $200 US just by depositing. And then when you trade, get up to $35,000 reward, right? Like win a Tesla Model 3, Rolex, Vision Pro, all these great prizes just by trading. Limited time offer only. And for folks who are watching this on YouTube, then the link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. But if you're watching on another platform, such as this one, then basically just click on my profile page and it's a Stan link, the Stan link right there. It should be the first thing that pops up because this is a great deal, right? Okay, let's get back to the markets. And keep in mind, folks, only on the Pablo link, only on the Pablo link. Okay, so the crazy thing here is this, that on this day, Trump didn't announce the tariffs. We had all those massive tariffs hit every country, Canada, Japan, European Union, all the US allies, and obviously hit China really hard, 145%, and it crashed, and now nothing has changed yet, and the markets has bounced back. The only thing that has changed is that Trump delayed tariffs for all the other countries in the world except two, Canada and China. But all the other countries are still hit with a 10% tariff. Still 10% for every country. It's just the extra layer on top has been delayed. But China, US's like number 2, number 3 trading partner is hit with like 145% tariffs. Canada's being hit, and we know how close Canada and US is, and yet the stock market is now higher than before. And one more thing to keep in mind, the US stock market is actually, in the last few days, we've had like Amazon, we've had Google, Apple, all these companies come out and report their earnings. And their guidance for the next quarter, for the next 6 months, are not good. I don't want to say it's terrible, but it's not good because tariffs going to hit these companies hard, right? So in that situation, you would think the stock market would be lower. Why is it higher right now? Well, the reason is because the market is anticipating for Trump to get rid of the bulk of his tariffs, for Trump to cave, so to speak, or for China to cave. Either China caves or Trump caves. And folks who know me knows that I'm probably one of the best commentators and predictors of what China's going to do out there. I've been observing them for a long time, and I told you folks, China's not going to cave. So it's probably, I think, most people who know what they're talking about have that opinion as well. And it looks like Trump needs to cave for this to continue. If not, we basically could see a pullback, retest, and then bounce. Realistically, what really moves Trump is this US 10-year yield, which is up today. So if the look at this. I mean, right now Trump is not reacting to China because the yields have been falling since April the 11th. So he thought, oh, maybe it could fall down to like below 4%, and we could get away with it. But no, boom, we have a big jump in the yields today, and it's just if you've been watching my videos or if you're in my Discord, you know that Trump is only watching this. He's not watching the stock market because he needs this US 10-year government yield rate to fall down so he can finance $6.5 to $7 trillion US dollars of debt in June, in that 1 month alone. Massive. So let's have a look at Bitcoin. So basically, from a fundamental point of view, the market for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for stocks, which kind of follows the NASDAQ anyway, really need for Trump to get a deal done or to cave, essentially. So I've been saying that we get to about 96.8, and we turn down and retest this line. I think we'll wick down as far as low as 88.5 and take out all the longs, leverage longs, take out the shorts, take out the longs, and boom, up we go. So right now, I might have to revise my target up higher a little bit more. Why is that? Well, look at this. In the last 24 hours, I've been showing folks in my Discord, this is the futures funding rate. When it goes green, that means there are more people shorting. And when it goes red, then like these bits, that means that there are more people longing, right, on these exchanges. This looks like some black parts, but mostly green. That means there's more people shorting. When this chart turns black or red, when there are more people going long and they've taken out all the shorts, that's when Bitcoin is likely to turn down. So Bitcoin could have one more pop up, something like 98, 99, right? Boom, take out all the longs and then turn down. Because by then, take out all the shorts, sorry, then there will be a lot of longs down there, and then we'll turn down to take out all the longs. And then we down here, right? All the longs are with their stop losses here. Boom, take out all the longs, and then we go. So essentially, for Bitcoin and that's what I think is happening to Bitcoin on a technical level. And so far, if you've been watching, we've been pretty accurate so far. As soon as Bitcoin confirmed a break of 92K 2 months ago, I said 73K is a target. We got to 74K, very close. And I said, we're going to have a bounce to at least 100K. That's the pessimistic scenario. The optimistic scenario is a blow off top. So right now, we're almost up to 100K already. And, if you can follow me in my Discord, in any of my videos on Twitter, I've just been saying the same thing. So right now, okay, let's have a look. Essentially, that's from the technical point of view. From a fundamental point of view, the Federal Reserve isn't going to cut interest rates, isn't going to end QT, and ending QT is so important for altcoin season that none of that is going to happen if there's this overhang, this big worry about tariffs over everyone's head, and Trump really needs to cut rates. And maybe this bounce up in US 10-year yield will make him panic a little bit more and make him cut rates, make him cut tariffs. Once Trump cuts tariffs, then the Federal Reserve can cut rates and end QT, and that's what starts an alt season. Why? I'll show you guys the updated story on when an alt season, coin season starts. So here, now we've seen plenty of charts like this before. Basically, this is, just graphing Bitcoin. On your trading view, you can just graph Bitcoin along with Ethereum, and then with Bitcoin dominance down here. This is Bitcoin dominance here, see? But what I like about this chart is that it color-coded into red, blue, and red. The red portions are QT between 2017 to mid-2017 to mid-2019, and then blue portion mid-2020 to mid-2022, and then QT from mid-2022 to where we are now. So if we want altcoin season, basically, we want Bitcoin dominance to drop. Right now, we don't have altcoin season because Bitcoin dominance just keeps on climbing. We've had, mind you, we've had 2 short altcoin seasons, right, in the last 2 years, but they both ended prematurely. So if we want a real altcoin season, what we need is something like this, like a big fall like this here, in like November, October, November 2018, and look at Bitcoin had a massive run, and Ethereum had a massive run as well, and altcoins, I'm sure, had a massive run all the way up to like January the 1st, 2018 as well. Again, this is the 2021 altcoins bull run. Bitcoin dominance had a massive drop like this. Even this was already a big run in alts. Look at this, from here to here. So basically the first 9 months of 2020, we saw Ethereum go from, what is that? $1,100 all the way up to like, 3,000 something. So Ethereum did like a 3x, right? Even just with that little bit of drop in Bitcoin dominance. Well, what is that drop? That is a drop in Bitcoin dominance from around 70% down to even barely 60%. See, right now we're still above 60%. We're still above 60% here. So just like a 9% drop in Bitcoin dominance made Ethereum pump up, right? So basically what we need right now is for Bitcoin dominance to do another drop, like a 9% drop. Remember last time made Ethereum go up 3x. So Ethereum, basically, well, Ethereum, this is not quite fully updated yet, but Ethereum is basically down. But Ethereum is basically down around here again, like 1800s, and actually, hang on. Sorry, that's the Ethereum chart. That's the Ethereum chart. Yeah. Okay. Down around 1800s right now. Down around 1800s. It's priced on this side. But what the point I made still stands. So basically, we need the Fed to start QE, and the Fed has said they won't start QE until interest rates actually go to zero, which won't happen for a while. But what we could hope for is for the Fed to end QT. See the white part of the chart? That's when the Fed ended QT. It didn't start QE, but just ended QT, right? And when that happened, look, Ethereum basically at the end of QT period to end of QE, it went from like $60 all the way up to, where is this? This is around $300. So 5x run. 5x run in this period in the price of Ethereum, just because Fed ended QT, didn't even start QE, and see during this period when the Fed ended QT, haven't started QE yet, we saw Bitcoin dominance starting to fall, right? Only fell from like 70% to 64%, but it was enough to give alts a push. Not all the way down, but that was enough, right? So essentially, if we want an altcoin season, we really need the Fed to end QT, and that's kind of seen as an aggressive inflationary move. So for that to happen, we really need We really need for Trump to basically, for lack of a better word, for Trump to cave and for Trump to walk back most of these tariffs, so then the Fed can feel confident enough that inflation is not going to be a problem. So for the Fed to start cutting interest rates quickly again and to end QT. Okay, that's where we stand on Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoin season, and also the stock market. Catch you guys for next episode. Bye-bye.